Hi folks, welcome back to the channel. Thank you very much for joining me once again. You're always most welcome. So today, another interesting new kit from ICM in the Ukraine. And today we've got the World War II German observation vehicle with crew. So, observation vehicle, it's a Hanomag Half-Track basically. And yeah, it's quite interesting. It's got this additional armour and observation equipment added to it. So it's another interesting variation on a theme. So I think the Hanomag was tooled about a year or so ago, a year or two ago. But they've gone and created this new interesting kit out of it again. And we've got a load of figures on the side. Look at this. So you've got 1, 2, 3, you've got 5 German observation team figures, including a couple of officers. And the Hanomag here, complete with aerials. And machine gun on it. Interesting indeed. So it's kit number 35105. A little bit of a write-up on the side, which is very brief, which I'll just read to you. I do like these German vehicles, they do them very well. It says here, model kit of the armoured personnel carrier SDKFZ 251, Hanomag if you like, Aus A in the version of the vehicle for observation and communication with an observer, officer and crew. I thought there were 2 officers there anyway. The set includes a table for staff maps in 2 versions. Possibility to assemble versions of the MG34 guns or the SF14Z rangefinder. And it has 315 parts. It's got quite a lot of parts, folks. Wow, for a not huge kit, that's quite a lot. Right, let's have a look what we got. This, I'm quite looking forward to this, something a bit different again. Another interesting take on the battlefield. We've had army chapels and all sorts of different things. We've had a Ukrainian lady servicewomen with their drones. The guys at ICM are very good at thinking outside the box. Speaking of box, can we get into this one? Here we go. I must be getting better at this, or ICM are making. I think ICM are making it a little bit looser. Actually, I think they've seen me struggling. Right. Oh, okay. Yes. Got all sorts in here. Figures and rubber bands, half-track rubber bands, more figures. Whoa. Gosh, this looks excellent. Right. Okay. What have we got then? Quite a lot for the money. You're going to ask me how much it is. I think it's about the £40 mark. This kit, actually, in the UK. So we've got figures instructions first. I'll show you those first. If I can get my controls. So here we've got our. See, it shows 4 figures, but it actually says 5, doesn't it? It shows 5. I think there's an additional figure. So yeah, we'll take this with a pinch of salt, but we won't worry about it because it looks like there's 5 included with an additional officer. So here you go. You've got your guy who's a radio operator. Guy making notes here. Driver, officer. Okay, and on this one it's recommending the I noticed ICM have now changed. They usually have an advert for their colour set, but they haven't done that this time. Tells you the colours you need, doesn't actually seem to mention the colour set itself. Anyway, not to worry, we'll have a little read of what they're saying here. So I'll zoom back for this. It says the medium half-track armoured personnel carrier was developed by Hanomag in 1938 on the basis of the SDKFZ-11 artillery tractor. The main armament was MG34 machine guns. Production of the armoured personnel carrier began before the outbreak of World War II, and the 251 was the main armoured personnel carrier of Germany throughout the war. Also became the base vehicle for combat vehicles of various purposes. The 251/18 variant, Mittler, I'm going to murder this, aren't I? It's the Mittler Beobachtungspanzerwagen, Panzerwagen, I think I got it right actually, was an armoured personnel carrier for observation and communications, distinguished by a map table mounted on the roof of the control room. Okay. Some of these combat vehicles remained armed with the 34 machine gun, but some of them were also equipped with the rangefinder instead for observations, targeting and distance determination. Interesting stuff. Okay, so Maybach engine, 100 horsepower, maximum speed, 53 kilometres, 35 miles an hour. It's not bad, is it, actually? Anyway, let's have a look then. So I think we've got some decals that pop out here. I can see them coming. Here we go. Okay, so we've got some flags and things to denote it to the other divisions that it's an observation vehicle. If I can get my zoom to work, I'll get you in to look at this. We've got a whole host of registration plates, different options there. And we're on the ICM decals here, obviously. You've got some tiny instrumentation here. Yeah, looks good. So that's nice. Just see if we can put that back. Now, I'll try and rush through this because we have seen the Hanomag before, so I won't dwell too long on this one. In terms of the construction of the Hanomag, we've already seen it in the shape of the ambulance. I think was this the second or third version there, but I won't dwell on that too long. We'll sort of focus more on the things that are different about it. So, quite a few of the sprue map is showing that these won't be used. So we'll drift across that, get straight into it. So basically, to whip through it quickly, building up your chassis, which is not a bathtub size, you're actually going to build up the sides and the base. Then you're going to mount that to the underneath, the sort of armoured area, which has got all the running armour plate that protects the half-track. Then you've got your little side stowage bins going together there, and then they're mounted in on the sides. Then you've got your side protective plating going on onto the sort of the floor, so to speak. The back bulkhead comes in. Then you've got your mounting for your engine going in there. You've got a sump protector here, big sump protection system, armour plating basically. Leaf springs going in, front suspension going in. This is for the steering as well. And then you've got protective bumper bar here. Then you're going to build up your engine, complete with, it's got some armour plate sort of protection around the cooling fans there, like an armour plated box almost, isn't it? That's going to go in onto your engine once you put all your ancillaries on, including you've got your engine, you've got your sump and your cylinder head and alternators and fan belts, etc., exhaust manifold, inlet manifold, etc., etc. Whole unit gets dropped in here. Then you've got your instruments, your sort of cockpit area for the driver here. Again, it's got armour plated shrouding around it. And then you've got your braking. You basically got your inlet and your braking master cylinder system. You've got the seat for the driver going in there. And then we're starting to get onto the interesting bits now, onto the interior. So this is where we've got sort of, I think this is the map table that folds down from the side. And you've got water, it's actually a gas mask canister there. That's going in complete with your gear knob and all your instrumentation. Driver's seat coming in here. And then we've got what looks like an ammo box. We've got some of the framework coming in. Oops, changing out a bit too much there. Yeah, ammunition I think it is going in at the side. And then we've got what looks like stowage area. You've got your jerry cans coming in here. Anti-roll bar steering going in at the front. Then you've got, this is where we get into the interesting parts now. So we've got the radio set and the communication systems for forward control, communicating with the rest of the divisions. Just so you've got basically it's like a short-term, maybe a small radar system, I'm not sure, some sort of advanced radio equipment. Anyway, you can see here it's quite a meaty looking radio set, that is. And then you've got like pistol port covers here. And you've got little windows in the side. Well, again, it's a window that's ultimately a pistol port again. I think they have covers on them that come along later on. You've got your cover there for your, effectively the bonnet for the engine cover. And you've got all the pistol port covers and mountings for the flip up. So you can flip the glass up. You got it looks like a KAR 95 rifle or similar at the back. Air filters, I think that is for the air conditioning system. And then we have got quite a lot of sort of ancillary parts here. You've got the mountings here for the rifles on the side, which is quite interesting. And you can see there that you've got, again, it looks like two KAR 95s or similar. Rifle, there's rifles. Then you're going to bring in your top covering for your, basically the armour plated top deck, if you like, for the actual hull. And you've got your rear doors going on. And we've got our basically like the bogies, the running gear here for the suspension, torsion bars basically here. Then ultimately we've got our road wheels coming in to create our half-track. You've got your inner and your outer, then you've got your front driving wheels at the front. And you can see that you've got your sprocket and your idler wheels going in, all coming together. And then you're going to repeat all this down the opposite side, and we're going to have all the road drive wheels here too. And ultimately coming in together, you've got your towing system at the back, the towing eye. This is where it gets interesting now. So this is where we get the optional viewing equipment. So we've got like a tripod here going in. Maybe a bit closer. Tripod going in there. We've got various equipment boxes coming in here. You've got all your side equipment here. This is all your levers and prise bars for your tracks if you have a problem with the tracks. Headlights coming in here, and then we've got on the other side we've got spades here, a couple of spades going in, and you've got hatchet and an axe on this side. Then we've got handrails there. Handrails? Oh no, this is the okay. So now we're building up the forward observation deck. In fact, it's basically an armour protected observation area. This is where it gets interesting. And this is where you have the option, obviously, you have the observation deck if you have the observation version, or you have the option of the machine gun instead, if you wish. The MG34 at the front and the shielding, the armor-plated shielding. I think the observation deck's quite interesting on this model. And you've got these additional radio aerials going in here. And it didn't really seem to show, I'm just flicking back here, it didn't really seem to show was the optical instruments. The optical instruments, the rangefinder. I guess that was the tripod item, wasn't it? Interesting. So you can see here you've got the two options. You've got option one, which is the I missed something here. I don't see where they had the optical viewing equipment. Where was there it is. I was too quick. It's here. Here's your optical viewing system, rangefinder system here that goes right in at the front and the centre. Or you have the machine gun option there. So we're all good. So there we go. Two different versions. You can have the standard version with a gun on the front if you wish, or you can have the optical observers rangefinder system on the front, as you can see here. And then we've got our colour callouts, complete with a map. That's cool. I like the map. And it says you can cut that out and use it. That's quite a good idea. And they've got different versions. They've got ones where this is obviously the Eastern Front. First one was Western Europe. This is the Eastern Front. And we have got versions that say, I need to draw back for this. Versions that say France 1940. We can see that was the channel at the top. France 1940, or Belarus in 1941, or Eastern Front, as I said, 1942. I've got to say the paint scheme on them all is identical. There is no difference at all. They are all grey, basically. And then finally, and I was right, wasn't I, about the extra figure? We have our German observation officer, and isn't that nicely done? Nice artwork there. That's beautiful. Yes, love it. Okay. So, it's very comprehensive, isn't it? There's a lot of kit here, actually. What did I say? It was about £40. Well, you get a lot of kit for your money for £40. You really are getting quite a lot in there. And there are several options, of course, if you wish to exercise them. So, starting with the figures, I think. No, we have got a separate officer. We'll come to them later. We'll start with the sort of regular guys. We are going to man this vehicle. And again, some lovely, lovely figures. Here we go. Have a good look. Sorry, it sounds like I've got a helicopter going over. No, it's not a helicopter, it's me coughing, eh? Right, now we've got a nice figure here. Look at that. So this is the driver, actually, in fact, sitting driver. Then we've got our radio operator. We're complete with his headphones. Just go over the top, and again some lovely, lovely, delicate, sharp figures. We've also got the chap here. You can see he's got the like a pen in his hand. This is the chap that was making notes, taking down position details, I think, coordinates. Over on the opposite side, we've got some lovely binoculars and a sidearm. This is the officer, the first officer. If you look carefully at his hat, a very nice cap, complete with insignias on it, which I'm struggling to see at this range because I'm just too close, but anyway, I think you'll see it better on the big lens. See that? Aren't they nice? Aren't they nice? And here's his sort of torso tunic. And you can see his boots, nice boots, cavalry boots. Yeah. And then we've got the other guy that was, I think this is the chap that was sitting taking the notes, taking down the coordinates. Absolutely brilliant. And this is the officer's head here. Tell that because he's got no cap on. Aren't they nice again? Some really corking figures there. Very nice indeed, I'd say. Very nice indeed. So far, so good. Well up to the usual standard. Oops. Okay. That's one set. Now then. Next bag, which has got everything else in it basically. Oh. How do I get in there? Oh, there we go, there we go. This is one of those bags that looks a bit of a squeeze to me. I'm going to have trouble getting this back together again, I know I am. Right, okay. Now let's have a look at this, as we're still looking at the figures, let's look at this additional officer. Because he's the observation officer and he does look really nice, I've got to say. He looks really, really nice. So this is a specific additional sprue just for this officer alone. And he's sort of pointing, isn't he? His fingers there. And we've got his, he's got two options actually. There's a cap or there's a... Oh no, actually, I made this mistake before. No, it's just the one option, it's the cap, but the actual peak goes on as a separate piece. Yeah, I'm not sure I like this actually as a design, if I'm honest. I'm not trying to assemble it, so I don't know how well it works. It probably works very well because they look nicely shaped, don't they? Just worries me a little bit that we're adding a bit of complication we don't need there. You can see he's got his sidearm, which is probably maybe a Luger. Very nice detail in his hands. And his face. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, that's nice. And then we've got his legs here with the boots. Again, very, very crisp. Fantastic detail on things like the boots, isn't it? Yeah. And then last but not least, we've got his little sort of pouch and then his binoculars. Just have a look at those. Nice, isn't it? Very, very nice figure, that. Very, very nice figure indeed. Yes, liking that. So he'd be looking through his binoculars, wouldn't he, obviously, quite a lot of the time. The figure is particularly good on the face, I think. It's quite good relief on the face, you know. Right, that's the first one. Now we've got the clear parts. Yeah. Oh, beautiful. Lovely, lovely clear parts. Look at this. Look at this. Flawless. Very, very nice. That way, I think. Yeah, those are just stunning, really. The ICM are doing this really well. They've got a real consistency going on the clear parts now. Even those lenses for the lights, look, they're nice as well, look. Fabulous. Nothing wrong there. Now, it does seem on this kit that we've gone back to, I think it's because of the earlier design, we've gone back to the rubber tyres for the driving wheels. I'm not the biggest fan of, if I'm honest. I know on that mobile chapel we had them in moulded plastic, which I thought was a bit better, really. But we won't be too grumpy about it, because obviously you've got the rubber bands for the half-track anyway. So you've got some rubber going on here. It needs to sort of match, I guess. Let's have a look then. Yeah, they moulded it well, in fairness. It's nice. Very nice. Have a look at this on the tyre here. See if you can spot it. A nice moulding quality. It does look quite excellent. In fairness. Nothing wrong with that, is there? Very nice. Then we've got our rubber bands for the half-track, which in fairness are pretty decent as rubber bands go. Yeah, I might have preferred that all moulded in plastic, but to be fair, they look sharp and fairly decently done. It's not really any sort of really great flashiness or anything around them. They seem quite decent. Very nice, actually. Very nice. The camera's struggling here. The camera is having a problem, having a fit. Got a beautiful lens in this camera, but the actual electronics that control the autofocus, they're just not quite as good as the rest of it is. You can't have everything, I suppose. I've got to be honest, I'd rather have a sharp image than super fast autofocus. I look at videos on YouTube, actually. I'm going to sound like it. I'm going to sound blowing my own trumpet, but I'm not. As I say, this camera's got its flaws, as you can see. But I don't get it when I look at YouTube videos and it says, oh, 4K, full HD. And then you look at it and it's just not sharp. It's just not sharp. It's nothing to do with the pixels, it's nothing to do with the resolution. It's just that the lens of the camera is a poor quality lens. You can have all the 4K and 8K if you want, but if you've got a really poor lens, it won't look great, it won't be sharp. It's wasting the 4K basically. Anyway, going off on one there. Bit of a tangent, sorry, that's just Somebody said to me, I can't remember which of you said a comment, quite a friendly comment, and he said, don't be upset by people criticising you. We love that you go off at these tangents, they're quite funny. I don't do it on purpose. Oh, I'm an old man, my mind wanders, you know. Anyway, let's get back to the subject. So, our Hanomag, so here we go. Now, so we have seen one of these before, but yeah, they do it nicely, don't they? You know, you got the suspension there with your leaf spring at the front. You got all your drive belts here, fan belts. Yeah, it's really cool. Nice moulding, nothing wrong with any of that. Yeah, it's alright. That's nice. Next one. And again, there's parts in this that won't be used, but you've got some that are. So you've got your radio gear. So this is quite critical actually. Radio equipment, you can see there. This is for the operator of the radio. Communications guy. And there's another part of the radio dials there. Yeah, it's really nice. Interesting. Very interesting. That's that one. Then we've got a couple that are identical, so I'll just look at one of them. It's really just the wheels. This is for the main drive wheels and road wheels, I should say. But you've also got your nice little rifles, your Mauser, or KAR 95, 97. Not sure which it is actually. I actually handled one of these. I should just tell people about this. I actually handled a KAR 95 at the Nantwich show. There's a chap there that goes around these shows with deactivated military weapons. And it was an eye-opener because there was the Sten... You had the Sten gun? You had the MP40, which is heavy machine pistol, you know. And he had the Luger. Luger was not as heavy as I thought it was going to be. Very nicely balanced. And the Walther PP and the P38. P38 is quite a heavy gun. Heavier than you think it's going to be. And he had this KAR and I was operating it, bolt action, you know. And it's really nice, you know, and they're still good today, aren't they? They're being used in conflicts today. Excuse me. So it just shows you quality weapons, you know. Anything that's good enough quality will stand the test of time. Anyway, I'm saying that I went off on a tangent for a little cough there, and not sure if I actually showed you those KARs properly or not. There we go, they're nice, aren't they? See them that way. Yeah, the bolt action was beautifully smooth. Not as heavy as you'd think, actually. Not much heavier than a modern German air rifle. Well, I say modern, you know. I'm thinking of a spring action one like I've got, the old sort. They weigh about 10 or 11 pounds, and that's probably the same, you know. Anyway, sorry, I digressed a bit there. Let's get back to these parts. So, got a steering wheel here. All sorts of little parts here. Manifolds. And then we've got tools, hatchets, axes, trenching tools, spade, and the regular radio there. Yeah, some good stuff. Then, bring you back for this a bit. And then we have got some of the sort of business end of the vehicle, the top deck. And we've got our machine gun 34 shielding here. And then we've got the driver's instruments here, front. And then of course we've got the floor, whole floor section there. And then we've got the sump guard, armour plated sump guard here. Some of the side protection. Yes, very nice. And then, oh, last one, okay. So this is the last one, and this is the specific to the observation vehicle. got all these observation tools, including the special binocular rangefinder binocular here. It shows it opened, or you can have it closed, which is quite cool. You've got your aerial here, very fine whip aerial, which they've done well to protect it, you know. And then you've got this observation deck here. I think it's at the front, armour plated. Yeah, so quite an impressive bit of kit, isn't it, really? Another interesting subject, something a little bit unusual again. ICM have, you know, thought outside the box, come up with something that's going to be, again, another good addition to a sort of battlefield diorama, and something that's not, you know, just tiger tanks in a field. Adds a bit of depth and thought to what is going on in the battle scenes, you know. Right, so get that in there if I can. Try. Not going to be easy, this, as I predicted. At the beginning this was going to be tricky. I'm very impressed. I wish they'd kind of knock them off half point, because I think that would have been nicer if it wasn't rubber track. If it was actually, if it wasn't rubber band, I should say, and if it had been done in a way that was more, the wheels, for example, I'd prefer to see those drive wheels. Struggling it. I prefer to see the drive wheels not being in rubber, if I'm honest. But other than that, you've got some beautiful figures. You've got 5 absolute corking figures there. Will it go back in? Will it? Will it? Yes, it will. Just about. You might need a bit more modification later, I think, that one. Famous last words. Last time I tried that. Anyway, it's got worse. I'm going to give it 9.5 out of 10. I think just about from the rubber tracks thing. Apart from that, I think it's really, really nice kit. Lots of interesting features to it with the characters. Adding figures always adds animation. Makes it work, makes it pop, you know. So I think that's a really nice kit indeed for the money. A lot of, as you can see, it's absolutely stuffed, that box with plastic. No rattle, is there? There's a lot of plastic for your money in there, and it's good value. So there you go. So thank you to ICM very much for loaning that to us. 9.5 out of 10. Hope you'll give me a 10 out of 10 with a thumbs up, a like. Don't forget, if you haven't already, to subscribe. Costs you nothing. You'll get to see lots more of these as soon as they come out. And please tune in again in the near future, because there's plenty more coming. Don't forget to ding the notification bell and tick the all option. And that's it from me for now, but we'll have plenty more coming up on the channel very soon. In the meantime, thank you very much for watching. Stay well, stay safe, look after yourselves. Until next time, thanks a lot, and bye for now.